Well, hi there. We're on a fantastic business class flight on Lufthansa Airlines on our way to Italy with a little stopover in Sicily. Join us on the Travel Guys next.
Travel Guys is brought to you by Flight Centre. 145 stores across Canada and online at flightcentre.ca.
Buongiorno, I'm Jim Gordon.
Buongiorno, I'm Darren Parkman.
And we are the Travel Guys.
My friend, we are back in one of our favorite countries in the entire world. It's Italy. More specifically, the province of Piedmonte, better known as wine country. We like.
Yes, very much. Coming up, we'll head to the city of Torino, where we'll climb Italy's tallest tower, and Darren will introduce some new technology.
Are you referring to Parkman's high-tech cranium cam?
Unfortunately, I am, yes.
It is the future. We'll also take part in an ancient horse race in the town of Asti.
And we'll head south to the lovely island of Sicily.
Will they make us an offer there we can't refuse?
If it involves wine, let's hope so.
Let's hope so. All that and a lot more coming up, so stick around.
When you come to Italian wine country, one of the places you have to make time for is the city of Torino, which is where we are now.
And it's actually not a small city. About 1 million people live here in Torino, and this city really put itself on the map back in 2006 when it hosted the Winter Olympics.
Well, behind us is Italy's tallest tower, known as the Mole Antonelli-Ana, and they began work on it in 1863.
And you know, every time we're in Italy, it's become a habit of ours to embark on the adventurous task of climbing Italy's most famous towers.
I sense a gratuitous, cheesy flashback coming.
You are correct, sir. Remember Siena and the Leaning Tower of Pisa?
Parkman and I have made it to the top of the most famous tower on the planet.
Good job, buddy.
Yeah.
That's fairly impressive for two guys that are completely out of shape. And I really don't want to ask, but what exactly do you have attached to your forehead?
My friend, welcome to the future. And this is the future.
Really?
Yes, for the first time ever, through the miracle of technology, we're going to climb the tower behind us with the benefit of this new miracle cam that I like to call Darren's high-tech cranium cam.
You know what? That's a pretty good name.
Thank you.
Here's better. Darren's loser cam.
That was hurtful. Very
Well,
hurtful.
I think it flows better. Come on, man. I'm gonna wear that.
It's a lot of stairs here.
What is that? What are you calling that thing?
The high-tech cranium cam?
Or the loser cam? I thought we were gonna go with the loser cam.
No, it's the high-tech cranium cam.
Well,
Thank
if
you.
you're gonna wear that camera, whatever you call it, you gotta be able to move fast. Come on, you're ruining the shot with that. Well, we're a little out of breath, but we made it to the top of this spectacular building with just a panoramic view of all of Torino.
And thankfully, I know you were a little bit reluctant, but thankfully I was able to capture that view with Parkman's cranium cam for posterity, and I'm pretty happy about that.
You know, I don't want to say anything to you, but I talked to a lot of people on the way up, and they all think my idea of calling it the loser cam is actually a better name.
I think it's a good look for me, I really do.
Look that way.
You don't understand technology, do you?
No, not when it's attached to somebody's head. That's all right. Look out there. What do you think of you with that?
You picked up on the cliche that's happening here right now?
You mean the pizza in Italy?
We're actually eating pizza in Italy.
But you know what? I love their pizza here. It's so wonderfully simplistic, but delicious.
It's actually a lot different than the North Americanized pizza, which is, you know, tons of sauce, tons of cheese. It's actually, you're right, it's a lot lighter here, but, you know, this is the home of pizza, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Well, this is a very important, very big part of Italian history. The entire town of Asti has come out behind us here for the historic Palio d'Asti, which is a very important horse race run every year.
Yeah, what's great about this, folks, is that all 21 sectors of the city are represented by a horse. And we've got the horse race coming up very soon.
Gotta tell you, this is amazingly exciting. This race is hundreds of years old. The whole town's out here. I can't believe the excitement. It's incredible.
I know, and we're not even placing any bets.
Parkman and I are deep in the heart of wine country here in the Piemonte region, and we're at one of the best wineries in this region. It's the MGM Mondo del Vino. We're with Enrico Gambino, not Gambino. We've got to be very clear about that. He's one of the export managers here at the winery. And thanks for hosting us.
And thank you for all the wine. We've been drinking pails full of fantastic quality wine, and we have some of it with us right now, as luck would have it. Now, Enrico, tell us what we're drinking here.
Well, actually, here we're having Barbera d'Asti. Barbera is one of the main present varieties in the region of Piemonte, and it's a very nice red wine with lots of fruits, complicated but not that much, and it's very nice to pair with the Piemonte food, but also food from Italy.
Well, I'm salivating, so let's give it a try here. Cheers. You know, even with my untrained palate, I have to say that is darn good. And we should mention that this wine is actually readily available in our own country, in Canada.
Actually, the Ricossa range, throughout the range, we have not only Barbera, but also Barbaresco, Barolos, and the famous Moscato d'Asti as well. And it's largely available in Canada as well.
Now, Enrico, when Darren and I come to Italy, we always think red wine, and we've been drinking a lot of it, as Darren said. But you've got a really nice white wine here, and we should be maybe drinking a little more white wine. What is this we're going to have right now?
Well, actually, Jim, we're having a Gavi. It takes name from a nice little town in the southern Piemonte. And Gavi, it's obtained with the Cortese grapes, and it gives a very crispy and sort of electrical, it's got this nice acidity and freshness, white wine with a certain length in mouth. And so I do recommend to try it out at least, because there's a huge potential also in white in Piemonte.
Salute, gents.
Salute.
Cheers.
Cheeky and unpretentious. I like that. Very nice. And Enrico, we also have a table full of typical Piemonte food right next to us here, and a lot of this food is perfect pairing for this wine, isn't it? Now, admittedly, we're no experts when it comes to pairing food with wine. I have trouble tying my shoelaces, so maybe you could enlighten us a little bit about what's a good pairing with food and wine.
Well, actually, here we have just a few examples. The raw meat, and which is a starter, let's say, and then the mushrooms, which are typical from Piemonte, some bell peppers, soups of beans and potatoes, and also some rabbit. Not to forget the desserts, where we have some very typical peaches with a cream of chocolate. And all these pair well, of course, with a different type of wines, going from the less pretentious and structured down to the more important and sweet wine like the Moscato.
Well, we're actually becoming classy and erudite. We're learning a lot here. This is good. I like this. Now, tell us what this red is. This is pretty delicious as well.
Well, we're having a Barolo actually there, and Barolo is considered to be the king of wines, or the wines of the kings. And it's our top red wine from the area, and it's really considered one of the best wines in Italy.
Also available in Canada?
Also available in Canada, yes, with the Ricossa brand, which is our, let's say, wine house here in Piemonte.
Well, we consider ourselves kings, and we want nothing less than the wine of kings. So again, gentlemen, chin chin.
Chin chin.
Salute.
Well, we're lucky to be here during harvest time. Behind us, big, juicy Barolo grapes.
We have seen a lot here in Piemonte wine country. Let's take a brief look. Delicious.
Now, Enrico, I know that MGM Mondo del Vino has only been around since 1991, but tell our viewers a bit about the company.
Well, actually, we've been around since the past 20 years, and I can proudly say we've been also quite successful because we distribute wines from Italy region, of course Piemonte, but also other regions throughout the whole world, basically. And this makes us very happy because we are able to give a good glass of wine to at least 300,000 consumers each day, if we consider the...
Can we have a few more of those glasses ourselves?
Absolutely, I will be more than glad to have another glass with you.
Well, twist our arm.
Yeah, piglia, su piglia.
Well, if you want to get rich in Italy, become a prolific truffle hunter, which is what Jim and I are about to become with our good friend here, Zara, the truffle hunting dog. Hey, Zara, how you doing?
We're with Michaela, who is a truffle hunter, and this is quite a common practice in the woods of the Piemonte region. You can make tons of money, as Darren said, finding truffles, and that's what we're going to do. Now, we should say we wouldn't be doing this in the middle of a beautiful afternoon. This is usually done at 2 or 3 in the morning because it's very, very secretive.
Hey, hang on. I think Zara smells something. I think he smells something.
Come on.
Let's go.
Oh, look at that, eh? Ah, there we go.
Kicking dirt all over me, but it's worth it.
Wow.
Zara has found a truffle. This is actually the truffle that Zara just found here, and
Oh, you can smell it, eh? It's just that distinctive smell.
to me it just looks like a lump of dirt, but yeah, you can smell the money actually emanating from that, huh?
That is money.
Well, our friend Zara, the truffle hunting dog, has found a lot of truffles, and now we get to see what happens to them after they're found in the wild. And we're here with Tartuflanga export manager Veronica Giraldo, and thanks for having us here. We appreciate it.
Veronica, this is like really new to Darren and I. We were told, though, that as expensive as these truffles can be, the shelf life is about 10 days?
Yes, shelf life is very short, especially in this period. We are at the beginning of the season. So for the white truffle, it is usually 1 week. Then in October, November, when the truffle is at the best, then the shelf life will be also 10 days or 15 days.
Veronica, we were both shocked at the value of these truffles that are found out there. Now, we have some black truffles over here and white truffles over here. Which is the more valuable to the open market, and what are they worth?
Well, the white truffle for sure, and the price is more or less 10 times more expensive than the black.
Wow, and they can actually get up into the thousands of dollars per kilo, can't they?
Well, we are starting from 2,000 euro per kilo for the white truffle. For the black truffle, it is about 300 euro per kilo, so completely different.
We could buy a house with what's in this basket right now.
This is about less than 1 kilo. It's about 700 grams.
Wow, and it's just amazing how pungent the smell is. And these are considered a delicacy all over the world.
Great wines. Of course, Parkman and I are now enjoying great food here at Il Cencio. This restaurant's been around for over 70 years. I'm enjoying some fantastic portobello mushrooms. And what about you, sir?
Well, we're in the Piemonte area, and this area happens to be famous for a delicacy, and it basically is raw beef, raw meat,
Really?
raw hamburger. I'm looking forward to having this.
You're going to have that.
I'm going to have some of this, yes.
And?
The verdict? Delicious. I liked it, actually. You know, I'm not going to cook any meat at home anymore. I'm just going to eat it right from the package. We are in the Piedmont area of Italy, wine country, drinking one of the best bottles of wine that our untrained palates are ever going to experience.
Yes.
You know what? We can cross this off the bucket list now because this stuff is actually more than 200 euros a bottle. That's like 280 Canadian.
Yes.
You know what? Cheers, buddy.
Cheers. This is, before we take a sip, we should
Yes.
say this is the fantastic Gaia wine. And as you said, best in this region. And let's sip very gently.
Let's do
Okay,
that.
You're shaking.
You first. Go
Okay,
ahead.
all
You
right.
first.
All right.
Okay, you drank about 14 euros worth right there.
Oh, I feel badly. Okay.
That was good. Okay.
But wait a second. If that was 14, you just drank about 54 euros.
Well worth it, though. Good stuff.
True.
Wow.
Coming up next, more travel guys from the heart of the Italian wine country.
When you say heart of Italian wine country, by that you mean we're lost.
Yes, I do.
At least there's wine. You know, Jim, it's great enjoying wine here in Italy's northern wine country, but wouldn't it also be great to visit other parts of Italy like the southern island of Sicily.
Why, yes, it would, Darren. But how would we get there?
Well, Jim, through the miracle of high-tech television editing, all I have to do is snap my fingers and we'll both be in Sicily. See, I told you I'd get us here with just the snap of a finger. Yeah.
And you got us in a change of clothes, too, actually. That's very nice.
It's magic, isn't it?
Yeah, beautiful.
We are actually here in Sicily in the seaside town of Taormina, and we're about to meet one of Canada's most famous chefs, and he's a personal friend of ours, actually. We're waiting for him to come in from one of the cruise ships out here in the harbor, and I'm excited.
Yes, now you may know the name. Umberto Menghi has a lot of restaurants in British Columbia, specifically Il Giardino in Vancouver. We worked with him a couple of years ago when Darren and I were a lot younger looking. Let's take a look.
Is this another one of those cheesy, gratuitous flashbacks?
Well, it's important to know who.
Let's take a look. Okay, we got ourselves a pass the ball here.
Good. I think we need Luigi, Mario, Carlo, come and clean. Look at this mess here. Missing place. People to come and...
Good times. That was at his villa in Tuscany.
Yeah, great time there. And oh, there comes his boat. Gotta go.
Let's go check it out. Well, the excitement is palpable. We're here at the dock in Sicily, and the man himself is actually arriving behind us.
That's right. It's a restaurateur from Vancouver, Umberto Menghi from Il Giardino.
It's good to see you back in Italy, back in Sicily. Tell us, how do you feel?
Oh, I feel so good. I got a group that drive me crazy right behind me. They're coming right in at the moment.
Hey, well, listen, we've got a great lunch for you and a lot of good wine.
Good. That's what we're here for. Good to see you.
Good to see you again, my friend. Well, everywhere in Italy is wine country, and Sicily, of course, is no different. We're here with our good friend Marco Martini, who is the managing director of Montalto. Hi, Marco.
Buongiorno, Darren.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno, Jim.
Buongiorno. That's a lot of M's.
Yes.
As Darren said, we've been loving the wine here in Italy, and we're in Sicily right now. Tell us about the Sicilian wines that people can find if they visit this island.
But this is Montalto, wines from Sicily, and we are in the west part, produced in the west part of Sicily. And is a new concept of wines from these regions with new young winemakers making wines from the tradition, but towards the new style of wines for all the markets around the world.
Well, we look forward to trying that wine. Now let's all together say Montalto manager Marco Martini. Lots of M's.
Way too many. Thanks, Marco.
Thank you.
Now it's time for a little thing we like to call Jim and Darren Meet the People.
Or, as it's also known, approaching total strangers that do their best to ignore us. Let's go.
Tell people what you think of this wine in the Sicily area.
It's fabulous. Sicily is one of the most beautiful places in the world of these lovely islands. But it's also got the Greek side of it, which is magnificent. And the wine is great. It's reasonable.
What is the coolest thing, in your opinion, about Italy? If you've never been here before, what's the coolest thing?
The coolest thing, food, wine, the weather, the beach.
Suzanne, tell our viewers at home, what do you love about Italy?
Everything, the food, the sun, the people. Doesn't that kind of cover it?
You didn't say wine, actually.
Oh!
You got to say the wine. The
wine.
What are you drinking there?
Well, it's wine.
Okay, no need to be any more specific.
It's a Merlot, yes.
Well, it looks delicious. I got some wine here, too. Let's do the Italian thing and do a proper Italian toast, okay?
Oh,
okay?
All right.
Okay, I'm gonna say salute, and you say chin chin, and we'll sell it. Okay, let's sell it.
I think I can do it.
To the camera. Okay, ready?
Okay, ready? Salute, chin chin.
Well, we just finished a great lunch here at the resort, and we're with our good friend, the restaurateur, Umberto Menghi, who's going to talk to us for a few seconds. Yeah, good lunch.
It was a good lunch. We're going to go back for some more after this.
Yes. And trust this guy's judgment. He's one of the top chefs, if not the top chef in all of Canada now. Umberto, we happen to be here in Sicily. You're our expert on Italy, our go-to guy. Tell us a little bit about what makes Sicily so unique.
Sicily is that magic, terra magica, they say. It's a magic land. You never know, anytime you turn a corner, you never know what to find.
Now, Umberto, we want to give you a little bit of a plug. Earlier, we showed a clip of us at your villa in Tuscany, Villa Delia. For those viewers that might be interested, tell us about your cooking school. It's a very unique experience.
Well, we have cooking classes going on every week. You can take classes for 10 days, 5 days, 2 days, or daily basis. The classes is about cuisine of Tuscany, of course, wine tasting in the region, and also we take you around. We want you to have an experience with a Tuscan.
Unbelievable food. Cheers.
I like that.
We'll see you back in Philadelphia, and maybe we'll meet again, a surprise meeting maybe next time. I don't know, Rome, what do you think?
Yes.
Yes, that'll be
Cheers.
nice.
To Rome.
Cheers.
Yeah.
So, buddy, we're on the island of Sicily here, kind of a whirlwind trip. What do you think so far?
Gotta say, it really does have a resort-like atmosphere, which is surprising to me, especially right here on the water where we are. But I guess it's not that surprising because we're only about a half hour away from Africa by plane. But yeah, a lot more beautiful than I expected. What do you think, sir?
I would say that if you got to see one city on this island, we happen to be in it, that Taormina. It's beautiful. The cruise ships come in. It's got great shops and stunning views.
Well, we've had a magical time here in Italy. The Piemonte wine region, Sicily, the people, the wine, Darren's high-tech cranium cam.
All right, you lost me after wine, okay?
Remember that camera I had on my head?
Yes, I'm trying to forget that. Now, before we leave, as we always do, let's check out Jim and Darren's top 5 coolest things about Italy.
Cheers.
Number 5, hanging out old school at Il Centro in the Piedmont area and sampling one of the best wines we'll ever have, courtesy of these guys right here. Cheers.
Number 4. It's got to be enjoying Italy's most famous food at an outdoor cafe in beautiful Torino.
Shouldn't talk in your mouthful.
You're right.
Number 3.
Climbing to the top of Mole Antonelliana, Italy's tallest tower with the aid of Parkman's high-tech cranium cam.
I thought we agreed that we were going to call it the loser cam.
No, I never agreed to that. Not at all, actually.
Number 2.
It's got to be finding the elusive truffle with the help of Zara, the truffle hunting dog. Look at this thing. What's it worth, about 10 grand?
More than both of us put together.
And the number 1 coolest thing about Italy's wine country,
it's got to be checking out one of the oldest horse races in Europe here in the town of Azzi.
Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you next time on The Travel Guys.
Air transportation for the Travel Guys provided by Lufthansa. There's no better way to fly.
Flight Center Travel Guys has been brought to you by Flight Center. Booking your next big trip is just a phone call away at 1-877-WORLD-05. That's 1-877-WORLD-05. Flight Center. Unbeatable.